Okay. Huh. Okay, so everything works fine right now. I will just do this. Okay. So welcome back. It was 2 days of a break, and now I'm back to learning Python, and I will start with reviewing my last solution and how Claude verified it, because there were some problems. Okay, so let's go. Solution 1 review. Correct nested dictionary structure and access pattern. Items used for looping. Get safe is active, and set operation for finding prod only tables. Inactive environment tracking with counter and list. Clean output formatting with separators. Okay. The issues were hard-coded environment inside the loop. I know that, and that was a problem which I wanted to solve by a different approach. Yes, but I pushed through globals because it was the first thing that I saw, and that was a mistake, because how I learned global means like global variables in SAS. It will affect the whole environment. We can lose track of it, and having the reference to this can be potentially harmful. Okay, so let's check my let's check my solution. Yeah, it has. Okay, let's take this. Here is copy. Okay. So here are my two solutions. Let's see if I can language for Python. Okay. So what have I done? We have this as an input, this nested dictionary. Then we are creating a list for inactive environments, counter. The idea is that we need to focus and find which environment is inactive, and it's handled by this flag. If the environment is inactive, then we are skipping the processing of this whole environment. If yes, then we are going through this environment. That's one thing. Second thing, we need to know how many environments are inactive. This is what handles this counter. And this is my addition that will list us all environments that are not active. Here we have creation of two variables, empty list for tab the list environment, which will create something like dev.sales and dev.customers for the dev environment in this dictionary, and the same thing for the production. So we are going through this dictionary using unwrapping of this. First, we are for first variable we are taking the key of the dictionary, so it will be def and prod, and the second one it will be config, and it will have all the additional sub dictionaries. We needed to use the items method on environments dictionary to be able to do this. But one thing, let's clarify, because my memory can be problematic. Okay. Why when we are going through dictionary in Python, which is nested dictionary, we need to use .items method. Only keys, yes, and when we are doing items, we can, Python gives you both the key and the value. Okay, so the items is needed to unpack the dictionary, because else, and yeah, and there was like index, so then we are getting only the keys, and value, it will gave us only the values in the dictionary, not without key. Okay, show us all methods that can be used in Python to work on dictionary in a loop. Key, as I said, it's giving us only the key. Keys, I think, but more readable when you want to be explicit. Okay. Okay, key in keys, print key. Values is giving us only values. Items give us all. Enumerate adds a counter that can be useful when you need to know position. Nested loop. Okay, that was the thing that I was going through. Nested loop within items. So here we have like we are reading key and value from the dictionary, and then we are checking if value is dictionary. And if it's the dictionary, then we are going once again through. Okay, that's nice. That's nice method. We are going one more time with a loop through the inner dictionary. Okay, values is handy when you are aggregating or searching. Great. And enumerate. One thing, can we use my dot items. Okay, notice the key value in parentheses that required because items. Okay, so here we are giving the enumerate, so the counter. Then we are giving this, and this will unpack us this one. It actually runs without error, but key will be values. Okay. Great. We learned something more. We can go through with enumerate, and with this we can also unwrap the dictionary. Awesome. Okay, let's go next. Yeah, so here I go through the environments manually, unfortunately. Then we go through tab dev list. It read us the environments dev tables. For t in tab dev list, it created the environment.t, so it was creating the tab dev list environment. It was appending the values to tab dev list environment, which looks like environment variable plus dot plus the name of the table. So we were extracting this, and going through this, we were creating data for this particular variable. The same with production, and I did not like it because there was hard-coded values for environment. It should go through automatically through dev prod and do the same for it, and this variable should be created dynamically. So for example, this dev should be as an, let's say, invocation of value of environment variable. Next thing, if we get the value of config, so the config was sub dictionary, we were getting get is active. We know that the key for the status of particular environment, if is it active or not, is handled by this entry in dictionary. So we were invoking this, but with a get function. Why? Because if we would not do with get, it could return us anything. And oh no, the get was creating an error or not. And one more time, we need to check this. Let's not pretend that we know everything. Okay, next thing. When we are reading value from dictionary by addressing its key, why we use sometimes key method like okay. So without using the key, it will crash, it will create an error, but when we are getting key, we are getting the value of none. So we can handle this exception without crashing the whole process. Okay, that's what I thought, but I wanted to be fully sure. Okay, so this is handling the not active environment. So it will verify if the environment is active or not. I put it below this process of creating the list of tables for particular environments because that depends on the logic which should be applied here. I decided that even that one environment, for example, is inactive right now, I want to know what tables are still in this environment for verification purposes. Because maybe this inactive environment, for example, can have tables which are not used right now, but were used in past, and in some legacy codes can be still used. So if we will need to get, for example, code from repository with historical codes, they could use table which is not in our active environments, but it is in inactive environment as a legacy. And then we will know that we can find it there. But then we were handling one more thing, which was in instructions. So if the row limit was none, it means that it was unlimited. So we needed to also handle this. So one more time, I was going through the config, but to be honest, I should not do this. It should be also the get. Or not? No, it should be get. Because this, if there was no value here, not none, but it would be empty, it would crash as the whole process. So that's the problem. And then I was checking if the row number is none, then I was changing this to unlimited and then printing information and on which environment is processed, what is the row limit in this environment, and the tab list of this particular dictionary. And here also I should use get because it would crash us the whole process. And also I was printing this in a manner of readable thing. Okay. I made a boo-boo here also. It should be not tab dev tab prod because those should be handled here. Oh no, it is here. Tab dev list. It should be tab dev list and tab prod list. Div tab list. Here we were differentiating the sets and creating them as a list. Here we were creating a list of tables from all environments with the prefix from which environment it is, and then we were printing the results. And that was my attempt to do more dynamic programming, but I used globals, which was a mistake. It could make big problems, but how I handled this. So I was going through every environment in the dictionary. I was creating few variables, so tab environment list, tab environment list environment. So this would contain only the name of the tables, and this would contain name of the tables with the prefix of from which environment they are. Here was populating the tab environment list, and here was populating creating the set. Why I was creating set, okay. And going by tables in table list, I was populating this variable with correct structure of the table name. And here was the handling of inactive environment, and handling the none. So that's, let's say, prettier way to do this rather than this. It looks okay, but here we can do this one-liner. So we are putting environment unlimited if readed low is none, else we are putting the value of readed variable. And that's all. So let's get back to Claude assessment. Continuous keeps output but not flat list building. That's true. Solution to review global. Let's be direct about first the fact that you failed the limitation. Okay, it's normal. Wrong solution. Okay, it's dangerous that we know that it cannot do ID autocomplete, no static analysis, debugging, name collection, risk unreadable. Okay. Dictionary to correct results dynamically. Okay. So we are creating inactive environment, like environment tables. It is a dictionary, and also environment table sets. It is dictionary. So for environment config in environment, we are env tables. So okay. So we are injecting into the dictionary, which key is the name of the environment, list, Okay, but one thing, if this for in config tables, it will go through all of this, but will it append it, or will it overwrite it, or it will automatically, okay, it will automatically probably go through all of this. Env table, it is of course changing the sets. That's true. Yeah, I need to get acquainted and get comfortable with these nested loops in one-liners. For T for env list in env table values, for T in env list. This is left to right as to nested loop. So tab list all for env list in env tables values, loop over each environmental list, and for T in env list. Okay, so here we are creating env list from env table, and here we are going through this env list. Okay, so here is my explanation. It automatically appends information here. Okay, so maybe before lesson 4, let's. This also will be a check for the Claude. Let's take a recap of previous lessons. Okay, fundaments. So we have row count. Though we have variable types, types checking, type conversion, string method, triplower split, unpacking, f-string, date time. That's problematic. Curious to find an index in it. Indentation defines block. Assignment comparison. Always use is none. Is not none for missing checks. Standardizing to UTC at 8 times. Truth false. Control flow. If else if. Inline if. For loop for table in. Okay. I will need to take a look one more time for date time. Control confident I can use this with good occasion doubt, but mostly needs more practice, not comfortable. Guard clause rule. Admit invalid cases early. Since continued skipping rows, continue key rules. Break inside threshold loop. Simulates elif. Okay, return inside function. This will be in the future. While loops must always have an exit condition. Okay, list, applets, dictionaries, nested dictionaries, sets, comprehensions. T upper for T in tables. Okay, T for T in tables if T sales. As mentioned before, need to take second look at nested loops when going through nested dictionaries. So it looks like we go for, yeah, this comprehension. I need to wrap my noodle around this. That's very, that is what we need to remember, definitely. Sets are your prod sort node key except intersect. Okay, list comprehends readable for two simple transforms. If comprehension spans more than two lines regular loops, separate logic into functions before putting in comprehension. Okay, the bigger picture, how it all connects. Okay. For datetime, import datetime timetable. Okay, so here we have our pipeline config. Here we have thresholds. So that's another No, this is loop. This is nested dictionary. This is list with tuplets. Here is the load date classification function. Okay, so this will be preview of lesson 4. So def classify row count. So if row count is not integer, then we are returning unknown. For threshold size in thresholds. So here we are unwrapping the tuplets in the list. Okay, pipeline results. Okay, here we are going through the first dictionary. If it's not active, skipped append environment. Okay, then we are row limit config row limit display limited. If row limit is none else. Okay, that's I know. So we are changing in a flight in a place the value of row limit to unlimited. If it's none, set. Here we are creating set from the tables. Tables values from the dictionary result environment. Our result environment. Okay, here this is our result. So we are creating dictionary which will have table count, prefix table, row limit, and load date. We have prod only, all tables, print load date, environment process provided environments, and skipped prod only tables, all tables. Okay. Oh, okay. So now we are going through the process of not relearning, but enforced learning of going through the dictionaries. I think that's really crucial to understand this at start, to not fall back in the future tasks where understanding of dictionaries will be super needed. I need to check one thing. Okay. Mental model. Yeah, feeling about environment stuff, inner dictionary. Cabinet drawer folder document. Okay. So cabinet is the main dictionary, drawer is dev, folder inner dictionary, and document inner key value. Okay. Single dictionary iteration. For key value in config items, print key value. That's I know. Nested dictionary access, inner values. Outer loop give you environment name plus entire inner dictionary. Okay, that I know. Then exactly variable hold for each step. Iteration 1. Dev config iteration 2 prod. Yeah, that's what I know. And nested dictionary iterate inner values too. So here we are getting the values of the main dictionary. Here we are going through the values of inner dictionary. Okay, that's, let's say, understandable for me. Okay, so here we are getting config contains this, so it's inner dictionary, and for tables in config tables, for key value. Tables print, okay. Woohoo! Let's go deeper. So for env config pipeline items, for schemas, tables, okay, in env config schemas items. And then we are going through tables for table in tables. Wait, I don't get it. Here we are going through schema and config. So we are getting this. Yes. And here for schemas and tables, those are tables. And schema table, okay, but it will go dot sales customers. No. Okay, let's check this. Okay, let's check this. Okay, I need to understand it because I was thinking that it will open another one and go through this. Okay. For env config in pipeline items. So that's pipeline, so it will go through dev, and this is env config. Okay. Okay, damn it. Here is the invoking of schemas, so it will open the entry schemas, and in it, it will try to open it. Okay, so it was not going through schemas, blah, blah, blah. It was opening schemas and going then through those entries. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, config is already the inner, yeah, correct. Access the inner. Mistake. Iterating the wrong thing for env config environment items. Item in config. Iterating dict gives you keys only. Prints tables, row limitation and values. For key value in config, I don't give you. Tables config table. This is a list, not a string. Print table upper. Okay. Use one. For key in config, it will give us keys and row limits. Values. This key. Okay. Okay. Let's try this. If I fully understand this. For env data in pipeline dot items again dot items, then next for customers for tab in data.get tables. So we'll open this. And for name, no, it should be here. I will open this, and it will be dot items. And here will be tab. Info. So it will be giving, okay, we have F, and then we will have tab infos before rows equal get rows equal info dot get rows. It would be row. Let's enter. State equal info get ordered. And here we have, we can do like this. If here we will have, then we have print f are only unloaded tables across all environments in this. If not, print f and tab minus dot center. Yeah, it will be row cnt, but it is like slash. Okay, I want to format int to looks like that's correct. Yeah. Okay, so it's this. Rows not loaded. Let's see. Expected syntax items. Let's check this. False. Okay, looks good. Let's see. Here is my solution. Oh, okay. Why? If tables key exists, but if tables key is missing, get returns none. Non-items crashes with. Oh, okay. Fully safe. Get that. Fall back to empty dict. Ah, that's nice. Okay, so that protects us from errors, but we can from errors when getting information from the dictionary, but it can create errors when there is none, and it will try to get value for the dictionary from not existing entry. Yeah, I could do this, but I decided I will first get the information and then I can work with it to not, if would be needed more times than once, then I could only reference the row count, not getting the information from the dictionary every time. No, okay. Okay, so let's go with this, but in a